So you want to write a song that sounds like My Chemical Romance, but heavier? Today I'll walk you through a simple 4-step process that'll have you writing a tune that'll make you feel like this. So let's get into it. So let's start with the guitar riff. My best advice for anyone trying to get inspiration for any guitar riff they write is to first learn some riffs that you like. So for this example, considering we want to write a song that sounds like My Chemical Romance, first you gotta learn a few MCR riffs. The best way in general to find your own unique sound as a guitarist or musician in general is to just mix the influences that you really like. And learning some songs and understanding how your favorite musicians play their instruments is the best way to do this. So once you feel like you have a good grasp on playing a few My Chemical Romance riffs, it's time to start figuring out your own riff. I came up with this riff after combining some ideas from the song Dead with other inspirations that I have. Alright, so now that you have a solid riff down and some direction musically, it's time to start thinking about the lyrics. And let's get one thing straight here. If the song you're writing is inspired by My Chemical Romance, it's probably not very happy. However, it is really important that when you write lyrics, especially when you're going to be the one singing them, that they have some kind of an emotional connection to you. Whether you write about a personal experience or a fictional story, you want to have some kind of connection with the words you're singing, because that'll generally yield the most honest and genuine results. So for my lyrics in this song, I dug into some things in my life that upset me and honestly made me a little bit angry. And with that, I created a chorus part for the song that used a lot of the similar chords from the riff that we just wrote that sounds something like this.
Nothing you say means much to me. Best of luck to you. See you never. Always so fake and insincere. Read you loud and clear. Stay the hell back.
Like I said, the biggest takeaway of this step should be that the lyrics should be honest to you so that you can sing and perform them in a way that connects with other people. Step number 3. And this one is a really important one for anyone that wants to write a song that sounds like MCR. The production. My Chemical Romance is absolutely not one of those bands that has bare bones production. They're never recording records that are just vocals and drums and some guitars. They had string instruments, wind instruments, and massive amounts of layering on almost everything that they do. I've always said that they kind of remind me of like a modern day Queen. So with this song, I wanted to keep it my style, and generally speaking, I'm not adding a ton of extra instruments into my music, but I really did want to focus on adding a ton of layers to my vocal production. When writing the lyrics for both the verses and the choruses, I wanted to keep in mind that there should be some standout lines that I could add tons of layering and harmonies to. So what I did was in the verses, I added these kind of like call and response parts that were like gang style group vocals.
Step back and find the reasoning. Accountability. Take your own book, rip out that page. Rewrite it when you read it.
And as you can see in my session here, I have 10 layers right here of gang vocals that kind of just all stacked on top of each other to make that big group vocal sound. And coming up with creative ideas like that to really stack on as many vocals as part ups the production just a little bit more. And last but not least, we did say we wanted this to sound like MCR, but heavier. So of course we need a breakdown or some kind of a mosh part. So first things first, let's slow this down a ton.
Stay the hell back.
I've always kind of been really inspired by New York hardcore, so my vibe is generally going to be in that two-stepping realm, but make whatever kind of breakdown you want. And of course, our angriest vocals have to go here.
They say my name is in your mouth. I don't give a fuck if you ever spit it out. You don't control me.
So now that you have a riff with some emotional lyrics, close attention to the little production ideas, and of course, a breakdown, you have a hit. I hope this video was a little helpful in guiding some of y'all along on your songwriting journey. If you want to hear the full song that I just showed you, it's called See You Never by Shakeout. I'll link it in the description, or you can really just look it up on Spotify or wherever you listen to your music. And of course, this song doesn't sound exactly like My Chemical Romance. It's not supposed to. I really just want it to sound like my own. But it is great to take inspiration from bands and songs that you love. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe for weekly punk rock music and punk rock advice. Peace.